the ballots. They're ensuring that every valid vote is counted. That process will wrap up as quickly as possible. And we have not seen any instances that gives us pause or cause for concern.
David Singer, thank you very much for guiding us through all of this. David Singer with the Shoemaker firm. Thank you for your time.
Happy to be here. Everybody have some patience. We'll have a result soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're watching news now from Fox. I'm Daytona Everett. You heard it right there. There's going to be quite a few legal battles coming up in the next few days. Right now, we're already hearing from the Trump campaign that it has filed a lawsuit trying to halt the vote count in battleground Michigan. And there's been quite a bit of unrest out there in Michigan tonight. We have Fox 2's Charlie Langton, who is out in the field right now. Charlie, can you tell us exactly what the latest is out there in Detroit?
Yeah, let me give you a couple things, Daytona. Here we go. I'm at what they call the TCF Center. Now, this is the center in the city of Detroit where all of Detroit's absentee ballots were brought here to be counted. Obviously, we could only start counting them the day the polls opened. That was yesterday. And they were counting those votes. And they had overnight. In fact, one shift started at 9 p.m. It went all the way to 5 a.m. And then another group came in and they continued to count. Now, take a look over here. There are two sets of protesters. One protester count every vote. They obviously want those votes counted. And then there's another set of protesters that want to stop the count. And it's now they've been here since, maybe 3 or so this afternoon. They're getting along, even though they're a little bit rowdy. Not right now, but not bad. Now, earlier today, a lawsuit was filed by President Trump against our Secretary of State here in Michigan, Jocelyn Benson. They essentially say that the workers that are called election challengers, those are the people from the Republican Party that their duty is to go inside the TCF Center and watch the votes. They claim that the workers from the city of Detroit, the election workers, would not let those election workers, the challengers, inside to watch them. And in particular, they wanted to actually see the ballots being taken out of the envelope and then stored and counted because the whole process. That's the allegation. And legally, they've issued a couple of, they say there's a disproportionate equal protection argument, and there's also a violation of Michigan state law and also the Michigan Constitution that guarantees a fair election. But as you can see, this is going on right now. We don't know. So, and then I've been told here that there was an agreement between the parties for 134 election challenges, 134 for the Democrats, 134 for the Republicans. But apparently, according to some, they let more Democrats here in than Republicans. Detroit traditionally has been a lot of Democratic voters, probably 80%, could even be more. So it would make some sense. Some people say, hey, Republicans, they want to delay the vote, stop the vote, so they can regroup and at least delay the election. At least that's the Republican argument. Democrats say count the vote, let it go. And today, Biden was, or at least Michigan went for Joe Biden. So I'm out here. We've been out here. It's a fairly calm crowd, a spirited crowd, as you can see, in the middle of downtown Detroit. Everybody is just saying, can they get inside? Can they look at the ballots being counted? And a judge is going to have to make a ruling. But honestly, it may be moot because it appears that the votes have already been counted enough to have Joe Biden win. At least that's the arguments. Daytona?
Hey, Charlie, it doesn't seem like anyone's going home anytime soon out there. How long have you been out there for, and how long do you think this is going to go? All night?
Thank you. God bless.
Oh, this will easily go all night. Oh, these people here. Oh, yeah. We know some of the protesters. We've had, because a lot of the protesters in recent times anyway. Let's come over here just a tad, and let's go this way. You can see the heavy police presence. We'll go over this way. See, some of these protesters have been here. They're very organized protesters, and they've actually come out for other protests. So if you're saying, how long will these protesters be here? I'm going to say it's going to be all night. Until a judge makes a ruling and whether or not the judge makes the ruling as to allowing the vote to be recounted perhaps or not counted. The lawsuit says that they wanted the votes to stop, to cease. But again, the votes have apparently already been counted, so that may not be the case. But you can see some signs. Let's just go down this way real quick here. And they've got shirts already made, count every vote. This is, again, two groups of individuals here. One for the pro count and the other one for the stop the count. And earlier, I should say, about 3 o'clock Detroit time, there's a group that went inside the TCF Center, and they came down en masse. I mean, there were a lot of people. I tweeted out some of that earlier, but they were pounding on the glass. The police were there, but the Detroit police, I have to say, are very, very good. They engaged with them. They said, just be calm. And it was, although noisy and maybe a little rowdy, but it was calm, and I'm not hearing anybody got hurt at all. It's just a protest that they want to make sure that every vote counts, no matter which side of the argument you're on.
Charlie, I'm hearing that you're a legend out there in Michigan. Do you think it was called a little bit early out there?
Well, listen, all I'm saying is that we were live here at 5 a.m. Daytona. They said Biden won Michigan, Biden won Michigan. Here's the deal. I was here actually at 5 a.m. So what time is it now? I've been here a long time.
Yeah.
I would think that based on the number of votes, and I don't know how many, but there's about a 55% turnout in the city of Detroit. And again, 80%, it could be a little higher. Generally, it's a Democratic vote. Hillary Clinton did very well here. President Obama did extremely well in Detroit. Joe Biden, you'd have to assume, would do equally. So if you've got, if we've got about, and again, I'm making up some numbers. I should have the numbers right here, Daytona, but there's about 600,000 registered voters, so you got 300,000, give or take. The large percentage of those voters are going to be for Joe Biden. So despite the fact that there are a couple of other parts in our state that have not counted votes, you got to win Detroit if you're a Democrat, and you've got to win big to offset any other part of the state. So when the numbers came back, and President Trump at one point was ahead by 12,000, then Joe Biden was ahead by 10,000 or something like that, it doesn't matter, because the big votes over here in Detroit, if you're a Democrat, this is really what you need. So listen, I don't call them, I just report them if the powers that be called it. But realistically, I would say if Joe Biden doesn't win Michigan, then I may join the protest. I mean, I don't know. I'm just joking. But it looks like a Joe Biden win.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much for your coverage out there in Michigan. Get some sleep, why don't you?
Great idea, Daytona. All right.
Again,
we'll see you later.
Charlie out there, out on the grounds. It's been a busy couple of days for all of us journalists. I do have to say, worked a shift yesterday at 9:30 to 11:30 p.m., It's what you got to do when things are constantly changing. And there's a lot of people out there, out and about.